engagement with stakeholders is existential and timely. Existential because this refers to the essence of the existence of a company, the base of the social license to operate, the purpose, why we exist. And timely because recently companies have been recognized as part of the solution to correct the imbalance that we have created in our society and in nature. And fortunately, we are starting to abandon the famous shareholder primacy principle and going towards stakeholder theory or purpose-driven company.
Hello everyone, my name is Mario Bella. I'm a director in the Redefining Value team here at the World Business Council for Sustainable Development. Today I want to talk to you about some very exciting work that we're doing with our partners at DNV, looking at stakeholder engagement as part of a wider project we have on modernising governance. And so I just want to say a few words about that project. So the reason we're looking at governance at the WBCSD is because from all quarters, there are calls for governance to change, for boards to not only look at their bottom line, but also to focus on the impacts and dependencies that they have on both the environment and also the society in which they operate. So why are we looking at modernising governance? Well, the roles and expectations of business are changing, and they're changing fairly rapidly. There's a growing expectation from stakeholders, including shareholders. The business can't just focus on the bottom line, but needs to attend to some of the other factors that result from their operations.
I'm Jason Perks from DNVGL. I head up our strategy advisory services. This project is really important to us because our vision is to be a trusted voice to tackle global transformations. And understanding how boards make decisions and how stakeholder engagement can help inform that is really key to helping global transformation happen. The reason that we are really excited about this project is that we've been working with a number of companies over the last few years to really understand what are the issues in this changing world that Mario was talking about that are really going to drive success of organizations in the future. And what we found looking back over the last few projects we've run over the last few years is that 40 to 80% of the topics that are important to stakeholders and drive success of the company are no longer the traditional business issues, but actually are changing world issues, issues that 10, 15, 20 years ago weren't even on the agenda of businesses and certainly weren't on the board's agendas. Issues like climate change, plastics and packaging, human rights are all issues now which boards must address and are tangibly affecting the value of companies and the ability of companies to grow and succeed in the future. So what we're really interested in, if you look at the left-hand side of this slide, is looking at these two dimensions. What's important to the stakeholders of an organisation in their relationship with that organisation, and how do those issues impact on the success of the company? And I think if you look at operationally and in the way businesses run themselves, there's all sorts of stakeholder engagement tools that are available and ways of bringing those together. So things like materiality and enterprise risk are ways of bringing in stakeholder views into an understanding of the risks and opportunities for a company moving forward. I think the question for us is, to what extent is the board and the executive committee able to really understand those perspectives and use those perspectives in their decision making? Do they really know what issues are coming up? Do they understand the expectations? And do they understand how those views will drive their success in the future? And that's what this project is all about, is understanding how that impacts on value.
This WBCSD project, in collaboration with DNVGL, will look at leading approaches to stakeholder engagement and how that can aid materiality assessments and risk management to support boardroom decision-making. The research will address how directors can improve the effectiveness of stakeholder engagement how insights collected through that engagement process might inform strategic decision-making, and it will offer practical solutions for boards on how they can foster more interactive relationships with key stakeholders. The project includes two main activities. The first is an online survey that we are launching today and seeking input from directors and management on how the organisation currently engages with its stakeholders. The second will be one-to-one interviews to provide a qualitative output with detailed insight and opinion on what is happening in current practice, how effective that is, and what might be done to overcome some of the barriers currently faced by boards when it comes to engaging with their stakeholders. We encourage you to complete our survey. It'll be available online through the link below. And we'd ask that if you're interested in being interviewed as part of this project, to please contact the team on governance@wbcsd.org with any comments or questions that you might have.